I'm going to tell y'all something I don't know if anybody else has said. It was incredibly impressive. Meaningless, but it was incredibly impressive. I think everybody has to sober up for a moment, please. Can you get your water? Let's sober you up. Can you get your bread? Let's sober you up. Because the performance was impressive, y'all. But get your water, get your bread, and sober up. Because the performance was as meaningless as it was impressive. The reason I think so, Shady, is because I felt like I was watching the Harlem Globetrotters. I was incredibly entertained. My eyes were tantalized. LeBron James, he sizzled. Illustrious performances. But then I thought to myself, he can't duplicate this.
Yeah.
It took you 5 threes in the fourth quarter, tied for your career highs, most three-pointers made in a quarter, and y'all barely won. I look at the Lakers with LeBron James as an incredible anchor to a very bad relay team. If you can get the stick, the baton into LeBron James' hand and he's in striking distance, you might have a chance. But you better pray that LeBron has enough to finish. The game we watched last night versus the Clippers is the same game we watched versus the Suns. The difference is the Lakers didn't have enough versus the Suns on Sunday night, and they had enough yesterday versus the Clippers. It was impressive. I will not take anything away from that. But two things can be true. If I'm being honest, it was kind of like before the show when, Joy, I had to leave the studio, and I walked across the way outside of the Fox slot, and I walked into a weight room.
Oh, my goodness.
And James Jones was underneath the bench press of 225. And what James Jones was doing was incredibly impressive.
Look at me racking them.
He did 32 reps at 225. This is right before the show. Y'all see, I got my dress pants on, family. I got my dress pants on. It was impressive. It was absolutely meaningless because he didn't lock out. At the combine, they taking all of them from you.
How many did you do, Emmanuel?
I didn't do any. I didn't know. I was a ref. I was a ref.
Yo, Acho like an officer, though.
That's another one.
So while it was impressive,
that's another one.
For one day, you can say that you and LeBron have a lot in common, James DeAndre Jones. No. Incredibly impressive performances. But unfortunately, sir, I'm sobered up. Yeah. They were meaningless.
Yeah. The only difference between that is if I walked in this building tomorrow, I'll give you 32 more. That's the only difference. But this right here, man, I mean, first off, nothing impresses me that LeBron James does. LeBron James is a special basketball player. So if you told me he would take over another fourth quarter the way he did like this, I would not be surprised if LeBron James did that. He's that type of basketball player. But just like I said couple days ago, this is not a championship basketball team. You are down 21 in the fourth quarter. That means you have not been playing well as a basketball team. Did you find a way to win the basketball game? Absolutely. Did LeBron James play out of his mind and make every right play, whether that's making the bucket, driving to the basket, whether that's passing the basketball? Yes. But winning a championship, I don't think LeBron James can keep this up. He is going to need help, and we've been saying he's going to need help since Anthony Davis has walked into the Lakers organization. I don't see that happening this year. But what I witnessed, down 21 points in the fourth quarter, and to watch LeBron James 5 threes, make the right passes, obviously D'Lo and Hachimura, whatever his name is, Hachimura was knocking down three-pointers. But every play in the fourth quarter was the right play by LeBron James. And that is special. But I do not think that he's going to be able to keep that up. But he got James in his name, and you just see what we do. I'm still huffing and puffing and all that right now, but you got James in your name, and you like that, man.
You and LeBron?
You like that.
Oh, man. Did this win change my opinion of the Lakers? No, because I still think that the Lakers are capable of playing at a high level. Do we think that the Clippers are a championship team?
Contenders.
Why they blow a 20-point lead?
That's another question.
This ain't the first lead they blown.
Talk about it.
So while we talking about how unimpressive or meaningless this is it meaningful that the Clippers blew this lead?
Nope.
You preaching.
Okay, so I think it is actually not impressive, but I think that the Lakers are capable of playing at this level. Like you said, nothing's going to impress you that LeBron does. This was an impressive performance because he's 39 years old and the way that it happens, and they are down 20, and you know it's a swing of a game. People were leaving the arena, and now they're back in it and end up winning the game. It's against the Clippers. Obviously, you have all of that going on. I do think it's still impressive. Is it shocking? No, it's LeBron James. But when we're talking about the Lakers as a championship team or a team that's capable of going deep in the playoffs, I don't really see much of the difference. I think Anthony Davis can still contribute when you have moments like this with D'Lo and Hachimura hitting shots. You have Austin Reeves forcing turnovers. You need contributions from everyone. And if your best player, who is LeBron James, can step up in a big moment like this and give you this performance, I do think it should give you some hope about what the Lakers are capable of. Because we did see this, not this exact team, but we saw LeBron James and Anthony Davis step up at the end of the season last year when we wrote them off at this point in the season last year. And they went to the Western Conference Finals, which is very difficult to do. So I don't know that we necessarily learned anything lasting about the Lakers last night or lasting about LeBron James, because he is one of the greatest players of all time and is capable of that on any given night. But the fact that he is capable of that on any given night, and then a team on the other side who we consider to be a really good team is capable of blowing it like that, that's how you win series.
I'm just confused. And I'm maybe because I'm going last and I'm just listening to all y'all talk. More of you two than Joy, but did they lose a game or something?
No, sorry, they won.
Did they lose a game?
They won.
Did LeBron have a bad performance?
No, amazing performance.
No, they didn't change my opinion about the Lakers. This is the same team last year that was in the play-in. And they went all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Yes, sir.
That happened, right?
Happened.
So we look at the Clippers as a really, really good team.
Good team.
When James Harden got there, we were all skeptical. How are they going to beat? They started off bad, and then they finished really, really strong.
Yes, sir.
And the Lakers won this game. Give these boys his credit. AD, who I thought would play a lot better, he only had 20 points to like 12 rebounds, right? I thought that if they would win this game, he had to play a lot better. But King James came back.
Sure.
The King James that was, down 3-1 to the Warriors, he showed up. Down 21 points, fourth quarter, what did he do? He won the game. Get his team some credit. Because if they go back to the Western Conference Finals like they did last year, what y'all gonna say about them? That's an accomplishment, though. And if you could do that, anything is possible. So I'm hearing and listening to you guys talk. It's like y'all speaking of this team as if they had a bad performance and they lost. They won this game. So it's just pissing me off because, because I know how hard it is to win in this league. Can we go back in time for a second?
Go back.
Did we not see Kevin Durant and the OK Thunder lose to the Warriors? They were up
3-1.
And they gave it up, and they lost. Yeah. We seen the Warriors up
3-1.
Another team, and what they do, they give a 3-1 lead to the Cavs.
Yep.
So in sports, in any sports, basketball, for whatever it may be, you got to finish. Ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
That's facts.
Give this man and his team some credit. It's King James for a reason.
Crown him.
Credit for last night.
Here's the thing is, for me, it's not about giving him credit. It's about context, 2-5. It is about context. I'm not so high and mighty on my LeBron James horse to not recognize, we saw the same performance by LeBron on Sunday night. Like Sunday night, LeBron had 28, 12, and 7. The difference between Sunday night and last night it was a potent fourth quarter. 19 points in the fourth quarter. After third quarter, he was relatively absent. But on Sunday, he just did it throughout the duration of the game. What was the difference? The difference was on Sunday, you're facing a Suns team that got KD, that got Book. Last night, there was no Paul George.
No PG.
Now, you still got Kawhi Leonard out there, who is a great all-time great of this generation particularly. But, Shady, I'm not so drunk on the LeBron James Kool-Aid, and I love me some LeBron James. LeBron James, Steph Curry, two players I love the most right now. But I'm not so drunk on the Kool-Aid that I'm not absent of the fact of it took 19 points by LeBron, Joy Taylor, 19, and you won by 2. So LeBron's going to have miraculous performances. Miraculous, y'all.
Every game will be
miraculous. And you still are going to barely win. Now imagine what happens when LeBron is human. That's all I'm saying. Imagine, because, Joy, you said it brilliantly yesterday. The beauty of basketball, you got to win 4. You got to win 4.
That is.
So y'all expect, Shady, more so you than anybody, you think LeBron going to do that 4 times? And then 4 times, 4 times?
Wait.
4 times.
So you asking me about, what's the guy's name you asked me about?
LeBron James?
You asked me if LeBron James can do this again? LeBron James?
4 times.
They not
and then 4 times. 4 times.
You play this game. They're not going to be down 24 every game.
20, yeah.
They'll be down every game, 21 points.
If the Lakers are going to go where, Joy, you want them to go, Shady, you want them to go, James, you want them to go, and I want them to go, this is what it's going to take. No. We all know this.
They can't expect that.
Has that been what it's taken?
In my mind, that's what it took last year. Remember last year,
Anthony Davis stepped up tremendously at the end of the season.
Correct. He stepped up, especially in the playoffs. He started giving you back-to-back performances. He broke the curse of AD's never scored 20 in back-to-back games last year in the playoffs. But then what happened when the Lakers had to play the game that really mattered most in the Western Conference? Bron did this last year, y'all. He gave you 30 points in a half.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you this, though. If we are expecting LeBron James to do this, Lakers fans, Lakers organization, they are not making it back to the Western Conference Finals. He's going to need Anthony Davis to show up if they are going to make it back to the Western Conference Finals. Will Anthony Davis shows up? That's always a question mark. But if they are depending on LeBron James to go out there and do what he did last night, or have a 30-point quarter, or have 5 threes in a quarter, it's not going to happen consistently to where they are going to beat these good teams 4 times. That's not going to happen. So if you're thinking that's going to happen, it's not. They need Anthony Davis. They need key role players to step up to be able to help Bron. I don't think the Lakers are going to be going into some of these games down 20 every game. They're going to make these games competitive. But if you're expecting Bron to have performances like this night in and night out and get to the Western Conference Finals, you're crazy.
Joy, here's my question, and it's for you and Shady, though. It's, what does show up look like? AD had 20 and 12 yesterday. Now, it's not 40 and 20, but he had 20 and 12. He shot efficiently, 8 of 15 from the field.
It's when he's giving you 2.
No doubt.
Okay.
D'Lo, he gave you 18. Nachimura, he gave you 17.
We'll take that.
So I'm like, they showed up.
That's why.
If D'Lo gives you 18, that's a win. If Achimura gives you 17, y'all, that's a win. If Austin Reeves hovers around 13 to 17, that's a win. If AD gives you 20 and 12, I would suggest, now Shady makes a brilliant point. When did he give it to you? But if AD gives you 20 and 12, that's a win. LeBron gave you 19 and a quarter. And all I'm saying, Joy, and all I'm saying is, Shady, and y'all please take the baton and run with it, is he did all that, and they barely won. It came down to the last possession. It came down to Kawhi Leonard, what you got for me, and Paul George did not play. That's the only reason I'm not as drunk and as hype and as, oh, my God, I love the Lakers. Because I just looked at him like, dang, LeBron, you did all that and you won by 4?
I don't care at all how many points they won by. That is not applicable to basketball in any way. We do not expect teams to get blown out every single night. Good teams lose one night. They blow a team out the next night. The amount of points that they won by means absolutely nothing to me. In fact, them being down as much as they were actually doesn't mean much to me either, because I don't expect them to get that far into the hole, and I don't expect them to have to deal with this particular situation night in and night out, especially when it comes to the postseason. This is a team that has postseason experience, especially at the top. When we're talking about regular season games, night in and night out, you lose one, you win one, you play really well in this game and you still lose, you play terrible in this game and you win. This is a very long season in the NBA. When you're talking about when you get to the postseason, what they're capable of, because this is the conversation that we're having about the Lakers, not how well can they do during the regular season, it's what they're able to do in the postseason. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of ability to game plan for younger teams who are not as experienced. They have matchups that they have to deal with. They have to get healthy and be healthy going into the postseason. There's a lot of factors with this. The thing that will give you faith in the Lakers going into the postseason is LeBron James and Anthony Davis being healthy, of course, number one. But how they're able to match up in the postseason. Well, it's LeBron James. You don't think that he can have a performance like this if they get in a situation like this in the postseason? I think he can. He just showed you that he can. You're talking about that he did this on Sunday as well. They just went up against a team that didn't blow it. But no, how this game went, other than the fact that LeBron James was spectacular in the fourth quarter, is not surprising to me at all. And I don't think it's a reflection of what they're capable of during the postseason. So Paul George didn't play, and they won by 4 points. So what?
To me, that's everything. I mean, to me, that's everything.
How many points they win by?
To me, it's if Paul George didn't play, and LeBron James had one of the best performances we've seen LeBron James had in a quarter in his career, and you still squeak out of there. To me, that's significant.
To me, that's basketball. To me, that's sports. To me, that's find a way to win, right? Name me a team that wins championships without a closer. Name me a team that, we playing terrible, you playing bad, we need our starter carry us. That happens all the time. It's football and basketball. So you're looking at this particular game, you can't do that. They find a way to win a game. They were down 21 points. How much of a big league you think they're going to win by, Acho? They're down 21. They're going to win by 10, 12 points. So my thing is, you got to take every game for what it is. Yeah. This game, Paul George, no Paul George, they find a way to win. Other games, it'll be a close game no matter who's playing. I just love to see them fighting. Because, if we're already a losing team right now, right? And we're down 21. Most losing teams, what do? Fold. They're going to fold. The King found a way to bring his team to victory. So we got to get this dude some credit for that. And another thing, you talked about AD, the way he played. One thing about AD I still can't figure out is, he's not super consistent. Now, one thing I will give him credit for, on defense, he's always consistent, right? He might not score on the stat sheet 30, 40 points every game, but he's going to affect the game defensively. Sure. And my thing is, if we can get him to give you 25, 30 points and when they give it to you, because sometimes he'll kill the first half, the second half, you can't even find him. If we can get him to do that in the game, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, finish out like LeBron, then they're going to be a better team. But we can't pick every game, because they won by 2 points. We can't do that.
Well, go ahead, you.
No, that's an impressive win. I'm just going to say that.
And it's the Clippers, too, though.
They're not going to be down 21 points. Like, if you're not down 21 points and the role players played the way they played last night, they're going to win a lot of games like that if you're not down 21 points.
Thank you.
My question is, to get back to, let's just say, the Western Conference Finals, because that's where they were last year. What Anthony Davis do you need? Because we saying Winnie has to give it to you. We saying he need 30 and 10. Like, what does he have to do to get the Lakers, help get the Lakers?
I believe
back
he
to
has
the
to average 28 and 14. You need a 30-point AD, and that's what you saw last year to get there.
Yeah, you're right.
Because, Shady, you said this is sports, and let me not challenge that opinion, but let me try to open up the opinion.
I like to be challenged.
What I think in sports, I think the most important question, particularly when you lose or when somebody beats you, is, can you duplicate that? I love the fact that Shady and I were former teammates, because I will bring up often, I could cover Shady at times. But the dilemma is, Acho, can you duplicate that?
Yeah.
And more often than not, I couldn't duplicate it. Because if I was covering Shady, I either got lucky or I knew based upon his stem if he was going out or in. But I couldn't duplicate it. When I'm watching the Lakers last night, I'm asking myself, can you duplicate that? And I don't think, personally, that the Lakers can duplicate that performance 4 times over and then 4 times those 4 times over, because you got to win 16 times to win an NBA title. As opposed to, because we saw the same performance, I remind everybody, versus the Suns. So the only reason I have a lot more pause than everybody at this desk isn't because it wasn't impressive. It's because I don't believe, personally, that LeBron James and the Lakers can duplicate that. Tim Legler said post-game, and I love what he said. He said the Lakers are the definition of mediocrity. The definition. That team is mediocre with LeBron James. And LeBron James can do that. He just can't do that as often as he used to be able to do it 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't even disagree with much of y'all at this desk. I'm simply saying I don't believe that LeBron James can duplicate that. And if he can't, what's that mean? It means that AD, like Joy and like James, y'all have both said, AD got to go crazy. And can AD duplicate that?
But the thing with the Lakers is this. You talk about AD. He is that good where he can give you that, though. And sometimes he goes up and down, but let's say if he just stick up here, because he does. Sometimes he sticks up here, we like, yo, you see it? And then he drops down. So you never know with the Lakers and AD, but I just say I can't count them out because they did this last year.
Yeah.
If they didn't do this, if they didn't start in the play-in, if they didn't start in the play-in and go to the Western Conference Finals, then I would say you're right. But I've seen it happen, and I can't write them off.
I love it. I love it.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.